Live on the air. Welcome to Fun in the Country Basement with me, Kuntry 3D, Chris Riley, normally Glenn from Fun King 3D, but we have some new fun in the basement. Why don't you take it away and introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Ali from Potent Printables, and the guys asked me to be on, and just like, sure, that'd be great. So, hey, how's it going?
All right, Christopher. Oh, sorry.
Chris. Sorry. Yep, I'm here. I am Chris Riley in my basement. Usually, distracted easily, things going on. Welcome to Fun in the Country Basement. It's great to have Ali on the chat today. He'll be filling in for Glenn quite nicely, I'm sure. And we can throw all the questions at him, and he can entertain you all. So, awesome. Welcome everybody in the chat.
Guys, right, let's watching me complete fool out of myself.
All right, let's run down through the chat real quick. Trolling for Dollars, Nuru, Brian Vines. Scrolling down, they were the only ones in here. Martin, 3DP Iceland. Theory do. I can't say that. Rodney Lorimore. Ali. Wait, I missed somebody. Thomas Imraz, Jake from State Farm, Richard Horry. I think I got it. Is that it? Airdog 47, 3D Medic Vince, Casa del Wackos, Inside the Mind of Matt, Alan Moritz. Welcome. Did I not? I did. Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm needs to be acknowledged.
He's already been acknowledged. It still sounds hideous.
Sounds hideous.
So, first, Adam in 3D. Hey, how are you? I do want to say it first to all the guys in the country club. I started cleaning my damn room. I took out like 180 boxes today. So that's what I worked on today, as well as the other things that I talked about this morning on Mike Wiley's stream. And thank you for letting me join into that. I was on it for a few minutes. Patrick Niegenhoff, Martin Williamson, 3D Print Llama. Welcome. All right, Chris, what are you working on today?
I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to finish up this project, which is what we were working on last week, which was TMC 2130 installs, and it is going well, I have to say. But there will be a video on that. There's probably half a dozen things that I need to work on, but I can't think of them right at the moment. But I'll find something. I do. If you haven't checked out Ali and Potent Printables, I have seen his stuff in person and got to touch it and hold it. Amazing stuff. The Back to the Future Griff bat or whatever is just, I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, here we go get it. There it is.
Watch this.
This is a piece of it. It's kind of apart right now, but that's a part of it. So
yeah, so good.
Well, see here now we're going to throw Ali under the bus because Ali's going to have to tell us what he's working on now, other than the new abode.
Yep. So basically, I just finished editing a video today where I had put out a call to the community to look at some YouTube data for like small content creators, and I was just curious how it compares across the board. So a lot of people gave me data, which was really awesome, and so I took a look at it, and I found some really interesting things for small YouTube channels. So if you have a small YouTube channel, you're probably going to really like this video, and it's very different from any of the other videos I've made. But I made it to kind of like help small content creators, and to let viewers know, basically, it's really hard to have a small YouTube channel and to grow it and to get people to come and watch you, because YouTube basically doesn't help you much at all. But so that's what I've been working on like today and the past few days. So that video will come out next week. I also just released a video on this kind of crazy thing that I built, which was basically a device where you can take your cell phone and you can make it into an Etch-a-Sketch. So if you remember an Etch-a-Sketch from, many years ago, it's just a little device where you can, draw around, doesn't use batteries or electronics or anything like that. It's really cool. But I basically made one where you can 3D print it and use your cell phone to make it into kind of a more modern digital Etch-a-Sketch.
Dude, that's awesome.
So there's a video on that, and those files are released. So if you wanted to build one, you could do that now too. So.
Well, I do want to take the time real quick at the beginning of the video to say, if you're not subscribed to Chris, Fun King 3D, Potent Printables, or Kuntry 3D, go do it now. You won't be regretting it anytime soon, except for maybe my channel. You don't really, if you want to, great, then don't. But Ollie, that sounds great, man. I mean, it really does. I envy the people that can get into a 3D program, any of them, Fusion 3D, whatever you use, even Tinkercad, and create something just from scratch, and then print it and refine it, and then say, okay, here it is, world. Instead of going, okay, that'll cost you $25 or $30, which I understand, in some cases that makes sense, but a lot of times people are, it's some little bauble or something. They're like, give me $1. I'm like, okay, you're going to get rich off $1, but okay.
So it's pretty interesting. Like, my kind of why I got into YouTube and things like that. I think it's interesting. So I kind of do designing things for a living, like through my job, my day job. And for a long time, like I had loved to build things when I was younger, but then I started working and it kind of ground me down a little bit, and I didn't really want to build things anymore. So I stopped building little robots and things like that. But then, like, I think about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I just saw some of the amazing things that were being done on YouTube where people were building things and sharing it. And I was like, that's awesome. Like, I want to do that again. And it really kind of like brought back the joy of building things and designing things. And that's kind of why I'm doing YouTube now, is like, I love to build things, and it's great to find an audience to share it with, and to be able to like have my models, just post them for free, and people can build whatever, people can build them. And even like this little linear actuator that I made, which is just this generic thing that basically uses a cheap servo and turns it from rotary motion into linear motion. It's just this completely generic design. I posted it, and I've seen a lot of people, like teachers, like teachers using it in classrooms. They'll print it out because it's so cheap, and they give it to kids, and they let kids like make whatever they want to with them. And they've made some of the coolest things. Like I've shared some of it on Twitter, and it's really cool. So anyway, that was a long way of saying like YouTube has really brought back the joy of building things for me, which I really, really appreciate.
That's cool, man.
Well, you see, and that's a really awesome story, because that's what it's all about, and that is genuine. What you just said. That's why this is so cool. I don't do things like you do, or like, I don't know. There's a million different people that I could say, but like modeling, like the Broken Nerd or stuff like that. I don't do things like that, but mine's more of a tutorial-based kind of thing. But I like to think that maybe I got the people creating things a little bit further because I helped them out with some machine they were having a problem with or something like that.
Absolutely, because like I'm not like 100% tuning my printer and on that side. I'm like, I design it and I want it to print.
Right.
So I tweak a little bit, and so then I break down, and I'm like, okay, I got to go to Chris's channel and have him help me get going again. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much where it is for me.
It's cool that there's so many, that we're all kind of in this together, but there's pockets for everybody. Whether you're creating stuff from scratch, or you can always help. There's something you can do to help other people out. And that's just really, really neat.
And see, I'm at the other end of both of that, because I watched Chris's video to tune my printer so I can print the crap that Ollie makes.
There you go.
And I let people watch it so that when I screw up, they can laugh at me and call me an idiot. We've got a couple more people in the house. We've got Carl from Knack 3D Designs. Pepal's Projects has joined us as well. Hawk 3D Proto, Ben. So
Nuru.
Yeah,
Nuru's here. He was showing off stuff on Twitter about the palette too.
I saw that. Yeah.
He says it's easier. It looks like just magic to me, but I guess we'll find out.
And I've said it from the beginning. I don't, easier. That's great, but it's got to be faster, man.
Yeah,
it has to be, because of the filament swapping that you have to do with the MMU2. Takes so long in between filament changes, where that is in line. Yeah. So yes, you have to purge, but it's still in line. You don't have to stop, wait for it to change, then go back and then do your purge block. So that's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be more evident as I set it up of how this thing works. But right now, just my vague understanding of it, I don't know how that's done. I really don't. I mean, they're measuring so many millimeters of how it takes to, how much it takes to make this said section of the model. That's just craziness. I have no clue.
Right.
Welcome,
John Cook. That's the first time I've seen that name, by the way. John Cook.
Have you guys seen that like Paul, can't remember his last name, but he was at EARF. He had the liquid handler that was a 3D printer. Like he's making like a multi-material printer with but it's like a head with like 9 different hot ends that can kind of like swap in and out. Have you guys seen that on Twitter? Like he shared some pictures of it. It looks like absolutely crazy.
No, I have to go find that. That is a really cool thing that he made out of that, though. That was really cool.
You need to retweet him though, so we can find him easily.
Okay, I'll do that. But the other hilarious thing too is like so like in my day job, like I work in the biotech industry, and like so I knew that was like a liquid handler. I was like, wait a minute, I've seen that like in a lab before. I'm like, how did you make that into a printer? It was pretty wild.
Yeah,
go ahead.
John Cook. No, he won. I think he won some filament or something on one of the streams one time. So yeah, John's good people. And Nuru, yes, you wouldn't ever steer us wrong. I'll believe you.
Looks like Bo Hermanson's back. Hadn't seen you in a while, Bo. How are you doing over there? I think see in Belgium. He's somewhere over there. And Paul Cumber, while Mike Whaley came in. I asked on Twitter this morning, I asked for suggestions for things. My wife, I printed those reindeer in my SLA printer, and they were a big hit because they're clear, they're cool looking. I asked on Twitter this morning, I asked for suggestions for things. I printed those reindeer. All right, Ali, that's you? And they were a big hit because they're clear, they're cool looking. I asked on Twitter this morning, I asked for suggestions. Who's watching the playback? I printed those reindeer. All right, Ali, that's you? And they
Whoops. See, make a fool out of myself.
No, that's fine. Bo said he's in Denmark. But anyway, I asked on Twitter about printing something else because she wanted something else that I could print on the SLA, that I could print, 12 or 13 of quickly today. And dude, I couldn't find anything. I was looking so hard. And then I found this little Christmas tree, and it's almost done. I'm hoping it finishes during the stream, and I'll get to clean some of them up, and you can see them. But it's hard to find things especially I was looking at Christmas trees, and a lot of them are the droopy ones, where the filament goes out and droops down.
Yeah.
So they don't lend themselves to SLA printing. A lot of stuff, you think about SLA and you're like, oh, it'll print anything. Well, no, not really. There are things it's good at and things it's not.
And, with SLA, I think that's one of my biggest peeves about the whole process is now I got to think completely differently.
Right.
Now, I'm so worried about overhangs and stuff now, and now I got to go in the opposite direction.
Yeah, you Ali, now you do FDM printing, correct?
Yeah. We have a form 2 at work, so I've done a little bit of that at work, but not too much. Like the majority of what I do at home is FDM.
Well, see, what I would like to see is your ring.
Yeah.
Your iris ring.
Yeah.
I may take that and try to print that on the SLA printer. Because I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, because the finish, I had to do a lot of finishing on that to get it to come out and look nice.
Yeah.
And like FDM would probably be a lot better, and you could probably print it just like that and have it look really nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've showed these off a couple times, and I have a blue one and a green one. They're the Kuntry 3D rings.
Oh, nice.
And dude, I think that would look so cool with your ring. Yeah,
inside it. Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think that would be awesome.
You know the one I made, like the Star Wars one I made?
Yeah.
So I went to the Boston Maker Faire, and it was basically like there were a ton of kids there because it was at the Boston Children's Museum, and somebody walked off with that ring.
Oh.
I got home and I'm like, wait a minute, where is it? And it was gone. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love going to makers fairs because I enjoy the questions from people that don't know anything about it. But you have to watch so closely.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize, sometimes they don't realize, because we do give things away a lot, and they don't realize we're not giving everything away.
Yeah. I remember at EARF, Midnight Giant. Like, he had a sign up, like a huge sign, like, ask before you touch. And now I totally understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, what's his YouTube name? Ron gave me a sign at Jacksonville Makers Fair, and it was like, "Do not touch," because they were small, so you could put them on like individual things. But I mean, they were really good because I actually had like the ramps board, and I had an old A-net board laying out and a couple of motors, and because I wanted them to see what went into the 3D printer, and everybody was asking, "Hey, can I touch this? Hey, can I touch this?" And but I didn't even use his don't touch signs, but he gave me a couple of caution hot signs as well to put on my printers. And now, are you going to try to go to Murph as well, Ollie, this year?
I doubt it, because when is it again? It's in March?
It's in March, yes.
Yeah, so my wife's due again, so we're having another baby in February, so I don't think that's going to happen. I wish. Like, I'm hoping to go to Earth next year is what I'm hoping to do.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll make Earth next year or not, but I'm definitely going to Murph. I've already got my tickets and my hotel and all that kind of good stuff. So,
yeah. Chris, are you going to Murph?
Oh yeah. I'll be at Murph and Earth for the next foreseeable future.
Oh, cool.
Everything goes right.
Who in the chat is going to Murph?
All the kids.
Oh, he asked who in the chat. Oh, and we do need to say hello, Paul Cumber, Don, the German 3D printing nerd, and Apocalypse Survivor, Brit Hawks 3DP. Welcome, all of you.
Yeah, I haven't seen Apocalypse Survivor in a while. Welcome.
In a while, yeah. He's been in his bunker up there in the Carolinas mountains up there. Probably been making moonshine, so he's been hiding. John Degenstein, Steen.
Inside the Mind of Matt, you're bringing a crew this year. Nice.
John Mack. Oh, Lord, he's bringing his crew. Oh, I don't know about that. It was really funny because I had watched some of Matt's videos before I went to Murph, right? I hadn't watched them all, but I had watched quite a few of them. And he come up and I'm like, "Hey, who are you?" Right? And he showed me his hat. And I'm like, "Okay, It Mom." What the hell is It Mom? I have no idea what the hell It Mom is.
It's funny because Matt was the first person when I walked in the door at Murph. Matt was standing there, and I knew exactly who he was. We knew each other, via YouTube. He was standing right there, and we shook hands. And then when I was walking through Earth, Matt was the first person that I noticed that I knew. So it's like he's the traditional first guy at every convention so far.
And see, I was the first person to make Chris go, "What the hell? What the hell is wrong with these people?"
Why did you do that?
You do that with everybody, right?
Right? But Chris, and nobody did. Nobody knew who I was, right? But I was all enamored and crap. I'm like, "Oh, that's Chris Riley. I've got to go say hello." So I went and said hello. And he blew me off this week. Last week we talked about it, me not calling him. So I called him like 3 times this week, and he blew me off every friggin' time.
Well, the worst part was Friday. I had no meetings at all, and I was like, "Oh, Walter's going to call, and I'll be able to answer this time." No, he didn't call Friday.
What did I do Friday? I can't remember. Man, I got off of work early Friday and came home. I had I've still got a lot of storm damage cleanup because on the weekends when I've been available or able to clean up, it's been raining every stinking weekend since the hurricane. It's raining today. So I haven't been able to get out and clean up hurricane stuff. I had to tear off one whole section of my front porch.
Oh my goodness.
I did take the tractor here. Who's in here?
Shane from Prusa.
Oh my God. Really? Again? I thought we banned him.
Chris.
3D Proto, I appreciate that, my friend. I just got an email. He donated something. I can't see what it was yet.
What's going on with the Snappy build? I saw the video come out. It looks really awesome.
Yeah, so I probably bit off more than I can chew as usual. But so I've got it all. I've got everything to build a Snappy, I think. But in true fashion, I haven't looked at any of the documentation. So So this week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening, if I need all 3 days, which I probably will, I'm gonna try to put that thing together and see if it works. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait, sight unseen without looking at anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
Nice.
stream and then I'll look at the directions.
Well, now I have to say, I've actually seen one work. So, I mean, they do print.
Yeah. That's
So
what they told me.
yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how version 3 is and what improvements the Chris Riley will make to it to make it outperform the MK3.
The Chris Riley.
Yeah,
The Chris Riley.
yeah. That's what I call myself.
Well,
It is.
That sounds completely familiar because basically, like, I had asked a couple of people to try out an early version of this, cell phone Etch-a-Sketch thing, and I wrote like some instructions for it or whatever, and I sent it to James over at Print and Play, and like a couple of days later, I talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I put it together," and he's like, "I'm like, oh, did the instructions help?" He's like, "I'm a man. I didn't look at anything." It was so good.
Right.
I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, the last time I did that was on a live build with Chris Riley, and I threw my instructions on the floor and just listened to Chris.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
No, I had to redo some things. Well, to be honest, yours was kind of bent.
Yeah, mine was kind of it was a hot mess actually after everything was all said and done.
Yeah.
But we made it through.
Oh, and Shane from Prusa, you can stay. What's up, Tristan? Bennett's here. He's on his gaming account. That's about it so far. Sweet. We've got 50 guys watching, 50 people watching. That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Good stream. They're all here to see Ali.
It's all, yeah,
And the Chris Riley.
That should be a T-shirt, I think.
I think so. I'm definitely. You know what? I've got some heat vinyl. I'm going to make one of those for Murph.
Well, it should say the Chris Riley, and you should wear it.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm going to put on the front. I'm going to put "I'm here with," and then on the back, it's going to say the Chris Riley.
You guys just like to shout my name all the time. Like Glenn started that. Every time I would turn around, Glenn would be screaming my name.
Look, everybody, it's Chris Riley.
He does it about a dozen times everywhere I go. So.
Sounds like Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Chris Riley is on Twitter at Chris Riley 3D.
Correct.
On Twitter.
I've heard rumors that it's a fake account. That's what I've heard.
It's actually his wife because Chris couldn't figure out Twitter.
Oh.
Well, that's not that far from it, really. I struggle at best. Twitter makes me
I can't figure out live streams, so I turn on the audio from the actual stream. Anyway.
I do that every one. Like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, I'm listening to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that really doesn't work for me. But let me explain. Everybody's wondering about my internet. They did all the tests that they could possibly do. They actually dug up the lines here. And there's a place between here and the box where it goes through water almost exclusively. Okay, it's in a low part, it's in a swamp. And we have had so much rain that the lines are just standing in water. So every day, like yesterday, not so much today. Today's been okay, but almost every day I'm having to restart my modem 20 to 25 times during the day and at night. It's just been, and I don't want to start a stream and have to restart my modem because sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 2 hours in between restarts. It's ridiculous. So that's why I haven't been on, guys, and I'm sorry for that. I'm going to try to get this back in sync and see how it goes. I mean, because it's just been not fun. All right, everybody, just shut up. that the Chris Riley guy, he talks so much anyway.
It was a sad story.
Oh, it was a sad story. Well, I mean, you think about it, guys. I mean, really and truthfully, and I know y'all have probably been through this, but go a week without reliable internet, much less internet. You get all excited because your internet comes back up, and then you're like, oh crap. Okay, it's back up. Oh crap. So
I can't go roughly 15 minutes without it. So
Yeah, same here.
Well, and I mean, I do have a 3G modem, so it's supposed to be 4G. Well, it is a 4G modem, but I could try, but I have to set that modem on my front porch, and the only way I can really connect to it is wirelessly, because I can't get a signal in the house. So I have to set it on the front porch, connect to it wirelessly, and from this back bedroom where I'm at, that really doesn't work in this tin can I live in. So I have to do it basically just on my laptop, sitting in my chair with the modem literally on the other side of the window from me.
Yeah.
You know.
So what's happening with the Fun King 1? I've seen a little bit of updates, but I haven't seen much else. Do you guys know anything more? I saw he got a big heater bed for it, but that's the last that I've seen.
And I'm pretty sure he's going to do a video of that, you know, coming out. But I do know that Glenn put so much time into it that once he got through with Orlando Maker Faire, he set it aside. He's like, I'm not going to touch you for a little bit because I'm tired of touching you, you know. So
that makes sense. Heavy push to get it done for that Maker Faire.
Yeah, and he did a lot.
He's been Christmas crazy right now as well.
Well, and I don't know how many people, you know, he doesn't do a lot of Facebook, but I'm friends with his wife. My wife is friends with his wife on Facebook, and she posted a picture this morning, and they had storms come through today that came through here last night. The cold front coming through, you know, created some decent sized storms last night here, and he got them this morning, and it actually broke the galvanized steel pole that holds up his 30-foot tall Christmas tree in his light show. So he is in the process of trying to fix that today.
And Matt, I saw that come across and I forgot to tell you, but yes, I did get that message. I might try to find a file and send it over to you, but I appreciate you putting that out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, AirDog 47, that may be the case, but it's also the original copper lines that were put down when they laid the phone system in here to begin with. So they're just old. Theory, dude, the fastest we get out here is 7 megabits per second up. Yeah, I get 1.5. I don't even want to hear it. I don't know what I could do with 7 megabits. Well, I do. I'd lose subscribers because y'all would actually be able to see my face clearly.
That's what I want to tell everybody when they say, well, you need to get better cameras, and then, well, you don't want to see me any better than you already do.
Yeah, Bo, I saw that, but that has nothing to do with me, man. That's all on the phone company, buddy. So, Chris, tell us about the 2130s and how you feel so far with them on the log printer.
Well, 2130s are awesome. I mean, the stepper driver, anybody that has an MK3 can vouch. The 2130s are very impressive because you have stall guard and you can use end stopless homing, and the stealth chop is incredible. So the driver is a really good driver. The problem is all the communication that it takes to do those features. And if you're using a standard board, you have to use the SPI to be able to communicate. Well, that's also, you're sharing that bus with LCD and an SD card. But now, some of this was around before the current version of Marlin, but the current version of Marlin actually works. So in 1.9 and the bug fix, of course, you can move the SPI pins wherever you want, where you couldn't do that before. So now you can use what they call the software SPI, and you can just set it to whatever pin on the ramps that you would like, and it works flawlessly. So then you're able to just hook up LCD and SD card and 2130s, and it works really well. So I was very impressed.
Sweet.
Oh, Shane from Prusa is not too happy that you're building a clone.
He's going to suspend your account.
He should probably suspend my account anyway.
What's up there, Kathy O'Malley? How are things in Australia? Down there with Alan Moritz. Moritz. I don't know where the accent goes on that, so I'm at a loss there.
Yep, MK3 clone. I don't think I'll ever get quite full MK3.
Well, you've got a Mark 42 on there, right?
Yep.
So just buy a Mark 52 and put on it.
In the 50s. Well, now that I say that out loud, what would I have to do? So if I had 2130s and I had a 52.
And then the optical filament sensor is basically that and the Pender probe.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the frame is different, of course, but I mean, you could do without the frame.
You guys were talking about 3D printing a frame like this. That's starting to sound like a better and better idea.
It's a viable solution. It really is. I mean, because even if you print it in sections, if you put like dovetail joints in it and use 3D gloop stuff,
yeah,
it's not coming apart.
I think that's in my future. I'm going to try it.
James was talking about doing that.
James has been contacting me, and I tried to get back with him yesterday. He asked me if I had a couple minutes, and I wasn't on Twitter almost all day yesterday. So I got back to him like 3 hours or 4 hours late. And I'm like, yeah, I'm available whenever. But then he went to something. But he's actually working on a 3D printed printer, because the one that he was working on, I was supposed to be able to print and build on my channel. Well, he's designing a new one that is printable on a 200 by 200 bed, and that it will then print itself. So I'm looking forward to that. I really am looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
That guy's got some crazy ideas when it comes to printer builds, and he's always coming up with something.
Dude, it's just awesome, though. I mean, just, like that 24-hour build, you sit down, you design the whole thing right then.
Yeah.
That's pretty friggin' awesome, man. I mean, it's just like what Ollie does, and the Broken Nerd, and Maker's Muse. I mean, so many others, especially when you sit down to design it for 3D printing, like the Snappy, that was designed to be 3D printed. So it's just so awesome. So awesome.
Yep. Agreed.
So Paul showed up, the guy I was talking about. I think his name is Paul Puxtelis, I think. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name, but he's the one I was talking about who has that crazy multi-material printer with like, the head has like 6 hot ends on it or something like that. Yeah, that's probably why he showed up. I did retweet it out so you guys can see it. So check your Twitter. There'll be a tweet about that.
Yeah. Cool. Carl, you didn't have to. He could have put that out there. I didn't mind. Paul was welcome to put his word out there. Paul, if you want to retype that, because I can't undo it. So no, that's fine. Yeah, Paul, if you want to retype that, I can't undo it. So what's up, Duo? And welcome, Paul.
Only 5 hot ends.
Only 5 hot ends.
I call it the hot end armada.
There's and again, I'm gonna speak highly of Ali because I really like his content. But there is one video that I will rewatch, and I don't rewatch a lot of YouTube videos. There's only a handful that are really funny, and it has to be entertaining and and informative. But the one about the robot that climbs underneath the door, and it go. I don't even remember what you called it, but when it steals your soda or whatever when it comes through, that was hilarious. And all you can see is Ali's fist shaking at it. That is one of the best videos I've ever seen.
Pillage mode. I called it pillage mode.
Pillage mode. There you go. It was great.
Thanks.
Now I've got to go find it.
Oh yeah, it's worth a watch.
So I've done a lot of making in the past couple of days. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do some more after we get off this stream. I put up some pickles yesterday. We dilled some pickles. So we made dill pickles.
Nice.
And when I get off of this stream, I'm going to make homemade oatmeal cream pies.
Now you're making everybody hungry.
Well, why not? I made chili yesterday. It was good. When I got on Mike Whaley's stream this morning, they were talking about, and I talked about making the chili, and somebody else had talked about making chili yesterday. And then they talked about putting some like elbow macaroni in it and making goulash. And I'm like, so guess what I had for lunch? I had leftover chili with elbow macaroni mixed in. So I had some goulash for lunch.
Nice.
We're also making homemade caramel today too. I don't know how many of you have ever done that, but it actually makes a decent little Christmas gift to give away.
So this is something, a little teaser from one of my projects is coming up too. So this is part of the madness that was in the Back to the Future bat. So I'm working on another project that uses this type of gas spring. So
now, what kind of mechanism do you use to actuate that?
So basically, in the bat, it's a bunch of magnets. There's magnets on the end that clamps to the part of the gas spring that moves in and out, and then there's another set of magnet that clamps to the base that doesn't move. And so basically, like when you push them together, the magnets click together, and they're strong enough to kind of just balance the forces so that it's holding it, but it's barely holding it. So then I can basically like push it with my thumb, and it opens up.
Nice.
I don't have to use any electronics or anything like that, like a switch or any kind of mechanism like that. It's just like I can push up with my finger, and that lets the bat go.
That's cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so it's really simple. Like I don't have to have a lot of things going on there to kind of do that opening and closing. But
yeah, he showed me that at Earth, man. It was pretty cool, the way that were open.
Yeah, he opened it, but I was so enamored with it moving that I didn't even think about how it actually worked.
So basically, I'm working on another project that uses that same type of thing. So that's coming in the future.
Cool.
Bo Hermanson, you better hush your mouth, man. I am not becoming a father. You saw it on my stream or Fun in the Kuntry Basement a couple weeks ago. I was in Arizona visiting my new grandbaby. No, I am not the father. No. Ali is expecting, or yep. Ali's wife is expecting.
February, number 2.
February. Wow. And this will be 2?
Yep, number 2. Yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting on number 4 to get the heck out of the house. Then I can get on a plane on Thursday and come to Kansas City and hang out with Chris for the weekend.
There you go.
I'm just going to show up one day and say, hey, man, I'm at the airport. Come pick me up. It'll be the day he disses me on the call. So
yeah, it'll be the day I don't answer the phone.
Right.
So Matt wanted to see the C-3PO up close.
Now you printed that and finished that, right?
Yeah. So I didn't design the model. I found the model because this is like the first thing I did on YouTube. So I found the model and I printed it and I did the finishing, but I also basically I made the eyes light up and I put some electronics in the bottom so that basically I could hold them in my hand and his eyes would light up, and there were a bunch of switches on the bottom, and I could press the buttons on the bottom and he would say different things. So it was kind of like he was talking. So I could kind of have a conversation with him, or I could be out in public and I could make him say things to people. So this was like the first thing that I did on YouTube. Don't watch the video. It's dreadful.
So now we're all going to run out and watch the video.
It's absolutely
a lot of views now.
Because it was my first video. So, but.
Dude, I went back and I've actually went back and watched my first video that I posted January 9th of 2018. So we're coming up in 1 month from today is my 1-year anniversary. I need 112 folks to make it to 1,000. I would like to do that by my 1-year anniversary. So I've got a month exactly to get 112 subscribers. Maybe we'll see.
We got to do it.
Yeah.
No, Brian, your videos are really good, Brian. You do a great job. Like, they're really good. No, mine is way worse. I guarantee it.
Brian, I really like Brian's videos. He's so articulate.
Yeah,
I know.
He's very smooth. And did you guys see his last, like his project with Alien 3D? Like he designed this.
The ice skating rink?
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, go watch the video. That video was really cool, and like the gears in there are awesome, and it's really clever. Like, it uses magnets to hold the ice skaters on, so they kind of move around. It's really good. It was really awesome. I highly recommend it.
Later, Alan. Have a good day at work, buddy. Well, and I will say this: that Brian beat me to the Alien 3D box this month. And I'm not going to do an Alien 3D box this month because Brian Vines are always way better than mine. I just do mine live, and I get mine like almost same day that Josh sends them out. So I can normally get in on the front, but my internet's been down, so I hadn't been able to do one. So I did get it. It's here. I haven't even opened it yet. Telephone. I'll be right back.
Beep. Yeah. All right, Chris, just you and me. Uh-oh. The guy who can talk is gone. We're in trouble.
Yeah, he is quite the ringmaster. That's okay. No, the Nightbot is breaking your link, so I'm going to grab it and put it up.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I brought a secret weapon just in case this goes really, really poorly. So
nice.
I brought the neuralizer out so I can basically make you guys all forget, like if I'm doing such a horrible job.
That's awesome. There you go. There's the link to Ali's channel.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Definitely check it out. Yeah, so this week I'm going to try to build that Snappy. We'll see how it goes. Maybe during those streams. I don't do evening streams. Most of I've only done 1 or 2, I think, ever. But most of the time it's Sunday morning. So I do everything I try to do everything at the same time just to kind of keep it consistent. But you always get the same crowd. You know, a lot of your followers can't watch you at a certain time or whatever. So this should be interesting. There will be some different people on the evening streams. So maybe I can get enough people to get Walter to 1,000.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We should really push for that because you should get there.
Yeah, he's been hammering away at this for a long time now. It seems like he's got a lot of seat time in.
Yeah. So is James doing the Snappy build like with you, or you just happen to both be doing it at the same time?
Well, we tried to make it where he would be done at the same time that I would. I gave him the dates because I have to schedule stuff weeks out sometimes. So I gave him the dates that it was going to be, and I think he ended up having some personal stuff come up or something, and he wasn't going to be able to do it. So I need to get with him later today or something and figure out what his timeline is. But this week coming up, this will be about the only window I have to build it. So I kind of have to go no matter what his schedule's like.
Yep. Understand. You back, Walter?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
You know, it's funny because Bo put out there, Chris Riley, now it's time to make jokes before Walter gets back. But I can still hear and see everything that goes on. Y'all can't see or hear me. Now, it was my daughter asking, could she spend more money than I told her to spend? So it's a good thing, you know.
Techie Dad, Nightbot fights me every time I try to do a giveaway. I think I have to usually try it 3 times before it actually works. I can point you some screenshots though, and you can give it a try. But it's pretty hit and miss.
Yeah, Brian Vines, it normally works better to get notifications when you're actually subscribed to somebody. John asked Chris Riley, what problems are you having with your Maker Select version 2?
Maker Select version 2. What problems am I having? It's all extruder problems. So that is a very unique design. They call that setup or that nozzle the Mark 10, the MK10 nozzle. So it's quite a bit bigger, but the Teflon tube actually sets down inside the threads. It doesn't just butt up against it. And that causes a really weird shape on the filament. And so if you get any heat creep at all inside that tube, it starts to jam and skip steps. And it's really annoying. And I need to sit down. I need to do a Skype call with Brian Vines because he's got one that's apparently bulletproof. I don't know how his is so much different than mine, but mine is just a mess, it seems like, all the time.
Now, Ali, what type of printer do you use for the majority of your stuff?
So I have a Lulzbot Taz 6. And again, that's because I'm the kind of guy who just wants to print. Like I do a little bit of tuning and things like that, but I want to spend my time designing and I really want to be printing, you know what I mean? So that's kind of why.
Yeah, no, I get it.
and it's been great. It's a workhorse. Like I've had very little problems with it, so that's been great for me.
Duo, yes, I did use that PTFE Super Lube. Actually, let people borrow it at Earth. And you'll notice that it's right here. It's at arm's reach. I use it on all of my lead screws. So, and this is 100% my usage. And from what I heard from people at Earth that use this stuff is fantastic, guys. If you haven't used this, there's the label. Go look it up. Get you some.
Walter knows his lube.
Yeah, I know lube.
That stuff is amazing, though.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
I've had that stuff over the years, and it works awesome. You used to be able to get it in a spray can, even.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's illegal now or not, but.
Well, I and I've thought about putting it on a couple of my guns just to try it out, but I use powdered graphite on my guns, so I don't like dust and stuff sticking to oil on my weapons. I only oil them if I put them up for storage. So
yeah,
I've thought about using it for several different things.
Talked about, I got filament stacking up on the shelf. I actually put it all away. I was trying to clean up and put it all in one location. So I still have random piles setting everywhere though. I've been ordering IC3D stuff just because I wanted to try it. So, and I can't just order like 2 rolls. I got to get like 7.
It's called Super Lube. Multi-purpose synthetic oil with PTFE. Dielectric, food grade, and clean.
Hey, Walter. So Chris was mentioning in that video. So this is basically the robot that I built. So it can basically change its height. So it can drop up and down, and it's like thin enough that if you have a door with a pretty big gap, it can go under the door. So in that video, like I show it doing a lot of different things, and then I eventually show it going like under a door, like kind of crawling under a door.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that was something I needed in high school, not now. Wait, that was politically incorrect. I'm sorry.
You're just returning fire, no problem.
Right. No, that looks cool, man. I mean, it amazes me a lot of times the things people come up with. Hey, the ice skating rink that Brian Vines did is no exception.
Yep. So I can't take credit for this, but this is also kind of an amazing thing about 3D printing that I think. So the design from this came from like a research paper put out by UC Berkeley. There's like a big robotics lab there. So they did this, I don't know, in 2010, somewhere around there, 2013, I don't know. They designed this, they put a research paper out and whatever. But basically with 3D printing, I'm able to like find that paper and recreate it. Like I was able to kind of remodel it and, figure out all the electronics and do that. But it was like, this is a research paper from, a university, but with 3D printing, I can kind of recreate it. And I put the models for free on Thingiverse. So if somebody else wants to build it, they can now go and download my models and build it.
Now,
like,
my question
that's just so wild nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
My question for you is, though, what's the cost of that? If you print and build that, what's the cost of that?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not that expensive. Like there's some electronics. There's the Arduinos. The motors are actually really cheap DC gearhead motors. They're probably like, $5 each. There's 3 of them. There's an Arduino that's maybe $15. There's some motor drivers. There's an RC transmitter. So, I don't know, maybe this thing costs $50 to $75 to make total.
Okay, but just say I bought that kit off of Amazon as one of the ready-made kits. If I bought a ready-made kit like that off of Amazon, though, it'd be $90 to $150.
Yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely.
And also, I don't know how many of you saw it, but Prusso just put out the video on the mini quadcopter.
Yeah, that looks really awesome.
Yeah, I want to build one of those. The problem is I don't have a radio that would work. For one, I'd have to buy a radio. and I can't really justify the cost just for building a 3D printed, drone.
Yeah.
So what you got there, Chris?
Well, I let the smoke out of this board the other day, and I'm not sure how or why. I don't know. I just abandoned the ramp shield that I was using at that time when that happened and switched to another one. But now I'm curious, was it the shield or was it just something stupid that I did? Because, I could have been building it on a pile of wires. I don't know, but so I'm going to test it. Why not?
I watched a video today. How many of you have seen the $9 chip? The single board computer that's $9.
No, I haven't seen it.
No.
There's a I think he's British, a guy that on YouTube is called Explaining Computers. And the way he talks reminds me of Christopher Walken in a British accent. So it's really cool to watch his videos and listen to him talk. But the $9 chip is a single board computer that runs Linux, a Debian version of Linux. I'm wondering if you can install Octoprint on that, because it has a USB port. It has video out, although it's a 4-pin, the 4 little earphone connector that uses video that does the RCA jacks out. But it's $9. It's got 4 gigabytes of onboard memory.
That's crazy.
And it uses an R8 processor. I'm wondering if it'll run Octoprint. So we can look forward to that in my future of a live version of trying to get Octoprint to run on a chip computer, because I am going to order that and try that.
Yeah, I'd be curious.
Because if you can run on a $9 PC board, you can run Octoprint, then, it kind of, and it's got onboard Wi-Fi. There's no Ethernet jack, so you'd have to run it Wi-Fi, but there's onboard Wi-Fi. There's a USB, mini USB, micro USB, whichever the hell it is, for the power. Then there's a 4-pin, the 4-terminal earplug jack or video jack, whatever you want to call it. And then there's a full-size USB 2 port on it as well. And then on the other end, you can actually run it with the JST connected 3.7 volt battery that come with all the little cheap drones and all that other stuff. It'll also run off of that 3.7 volts. So I just think it would be cool, because then you wouldn't even have to have it close to anything to power that board or anything. Just plug in a battery and have it, Velcroed to the side of your machine.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And it's $9. I mean, that's just crazy.
$9.
$9 computer. I mean, that's wild.
Yeah, the Pi Zero W costs $5 at Micro Center for Octoprint, but there's some limitations to the Pi Zero. Am I right? As far as it doesn't have a standard USB on it.
Right.
It's only got the micro, right?
Yep.
No, I think Duo's in the comments is saying that's been discontinued.
Really?
That's a bummer.
Let me see. It says 4.3. There's chip projects. I don't see a place to buy one. You may be correct.
Not me, Duo, in the comments.
No, I get it. That's what I was saying. Duo may be correct, because I do not see it where you can buy it. I see the Wikipedia page, and then the Kickstarter is still here.
Yeah, that they're talking about Pi Zero. I've had pretty good luck with Pi Zero running printers. People will tell you don't do it because it's not recommended or whatever, but there's not much that I do that is recommended, so why not?
Right?
Well, you are the Chris Riley.
Right? He is the Chris Riley. Yep.
Don't do as I do.
Did you guys see? I didn't actually watch it but the YouTube Rewind video, like the amount of hate that video was getting, like I've just seen things on Twitter where it's got like millions of dislikes. I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, people are not happy with the state of YouTube, it seems.
YouTube has definitely done something different recently. I don't know if it was Chuck or somebody was saying on Twitter that, but it's true. All of the old videos are resurfacing now.
Huh.
Which that wasn't the case. It was only, you know, like it would offer your last 3 or something forever. But now I'm starting to see stuff pop up that's 8, 9 months old.
Huh, interesting.
So they've changed something.
Oh, Robert Reagan's expanded on that. They went bankrupt.
Well,
Yeah. That explains it. $9 for a single board computer.
I was gonna say, I guess it should have been $10 then.
Right. It should have been $10, guys. Should have been 10, but then it'd have been a Pi Zero W.
How many projects have you thought to yourself, I would have thrown in the extra $1?
Right. I wonder if there's any available on eBay. Let me check.
He's panicking. This is panic mode right here. Panic shopping.
Oh no, I just want to see.
I do want to come up with something for ramps though, for like a Pi Zero header, some sort of something to make it easy to slap on top. That would be really cool.
No, there's no. Not yet. Chip. There we go. Let me see. Are there any? No. No, there's not. God dang it. If anybody's got one, let me know. I'll give you $10 for it.
You'd be making money on the deal.
Right. You'd be making money and getting rid of a piece of hardware you're not going to use for anything.
Chris Hawk is asking what you're working on.
Oh, yeah. This is just leftovers from the 2130. I'm actually waiting, and it might be done. I'm waiting on a case door that has, to finish printing, that has a fan on it because 2130s overheat instantly. So that's what I'm waiting on to finish up this project.
Jake from State Farm is sick of YouTube screwing with people's livelihoods. It's a good thing we don't depend on this for our livelihood.
Yeah, I'd be really hungry and a lot thinner.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't be here. That were the case. Uh-oh.
Well, I had some success, quite a bit of success in some places and not so much in others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn. They didn't all successfully complete.
Ooh, look at that.
Ain't they
They
sweet?
look really cool.
Nice.
Hey, this one over here is full of
resin?
stuff.
Full in resin?
Yeah. The problem is I'm going to lose that resin because the only place I can take it off is in my little bucket down here. And but the rest of them, and there's a point right here. It looks like if you look, you see the line in the trees? It's right where they all failed. That one failed too. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like I have one successful one that held the resin. The rest of them leaked out. So they are no good. I might be able to get 2 or 3 of these off of here. That might work.
So how long did that take?
This took, what, 3 hours? 4 hours and 39 minutes.
That's not too bad.
No. And if they'd all succeeded, it would have been a cool little thing to have a whole bunch of Christmas trees.
Yeah.
But they did not. Do what?
What printer is it?
This is the LD001 from Creality.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
They sent me this for testing. I've been testing it out. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, I don't understand why I got a failure at that line on all of them but one tree.
Yeah. Ben, I have done SLA a handful of times. I do not own a machine. We actually did a stream on my channel. Colin Makes Stuff has Anycubic Photon, and we set that up for the first time on a stream on my channel, and I've used it a handful of times, but just it's not really my thing.
Yeah, Doesn't look like the holes that I put in the bottom are actually working either. So I'm going to start it again, and if it doesn't work, because there's nothing in the bottom of the tray, it's clean. So let's print it again.
Does it have like a sensor on it to tell you about the resin, like, you know, if there's enough resin and that kind of stuff? Or
no, I've got it full though. I mean, it's not.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not that it's out of resin.
The form too at work, like it has like a weight sensor, so it can tell you like if, you know, there's not enough resin left or whatever. So
yeah, I'm gonna hit print again and see how it goes, because I have done that before. I've hit print right after it failed and it prints perfectly. So I don't know, but it looks like I had one tree. Yeah, the rest of these, the walls are so thin. I mean, they're squishy. I mean, they are incredibly thin, but only the one. And I really need to get something and find the hole in it so I can poke a hole in it and drain this resin out of here. Oh, because it is half full, but yet my holes that were 1.5 millimeter or 2.5 millimeters wide are now not. They're like half a millimeter wide and non-existent.
Hey, Nappin's here. I haven't seen Nappin in a while.
Nappin's been napping for a while, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Walter, what were these Christmas prints for? I saw you were asking this morning on Twitter for some ideas.
Yeah, I printed some deer out on this, and I'll go get one in a minute and show you.
Oh,
they turned out
reindeer,
fantastic. Right? And my wife is giving them at work for Christmas.
Oh, cool.
So she was asking me to find something else to print. Okay, so I found these and I'm printing them, and you saw the outcome.
Not so good.
So right now she has deer to give away and no trees. I'm gonna squirt some alcohol in here. I've got a bottle of alcohol up there. I'm gonna clean these off and see what we can do with them.
You still need other recommendations, because maybe the chat can give you some ideas.
Yeah, I'll tell you one that could absolutely give me good ideas, and I hadn't seen him in here, and that's Wellbot, because pretty much all he does is SLA. Matter of fact, I don't think he owns an FDM printer.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think I've seen some pictures he's posted on Twitter.
Yeah, Ben got a Filament Friday toolkit. Ben, I saw that video. I haven't watched it yet, but yes, I think it's well worth the money. Especially, they were selling them for like $20 at the beginning or something. Now they're almost 40, I think. But it's a nice little kit.
Now, Chris, my question then becomes, how much do you recommend it for people that have been in printing for a while versus those that are just starting out?
Yeah, I mean, those that are just starting out, I really feel like you should suffer like I did and not have the proper tools. You know, just it's all toothpicks and tape and you know,
you need to bleed a little bit.
Yeah, you have to have it hard before you get into that. No, really, it's just starting out. That's everything that you would ever need. There was a couple things I thought that it should have had. I've got the box for it somewhere, and I don't remember what that is at the moment. Acupuncture needles. Acupuncture would top this kit off. But other than that, that's pretty much everything you need. Yeah. Now, me buying it, I've got piles of this stuff sitting around. So I mean, I won't use it as much as others would probably. But it's still a nice refresher. I mean, it's way better than any of the tools you ever get with these kits. So I don't know. It's pretty good.
I need a little drill bit.
Somebody was talking about this is like the perfect kit to bring with you to the maker fairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Now I could see that for sure, because it's all in one package, and it would work out that way.
Yep.
It's like you always need some tools at the maker fair, right? Something always breaks, or you're always fixing something, or So like I had my mouse droid at the Boston Maker Faire, and something happened, and I was like trying to fix it, and I'm like, luckily I bought a little epoxy with me, and I'm gluing it back on, and I'm like, trying to use my Leatherman knife to fix it. I was just like, oh my God, I wish I had all my tools here with me.
Yeah. And something like that would be great for that.
Yep. Robert Reynolds is here. Hello. There was actually a really cool moment at EARF. And speaking of tools, so I was standing at E3D, and I probably spent roughly 5 hours watching the tool changer while I was at EARF. And I was just standing there mindlessly watching it as usual. And it got snagged or something. It pulled up some of its own filament. And I think her name is Claire. She from E3D. She was trying to pick it off before it came back around, to cover over it. And there was this kid. He was probably 11 or 12. He had his backpack. And as soon as he saw that, he whipped that backpack off his shoulder, got in there and was digging around, and he had a pair of flush cutters. And he was like, here, use these. I was like, now that's a kid right there.
You're like, yes.
So good. I love to see that kind of stuff. Yes, Robert Reynolds, I have received my palette too. Now I just need time to set it up. I'm hoping, yeah, Claire, thank you. I'm hoping that next Sunday morning we'll get the palette set up.
This is what I was trying to print for you. All of them failed.
Walter's gone again, but we can still hear him talking.
Yeah, he's still talking 3D prints even with the wife.
All right, Air Dog's asking about acupuncture needles.
Stress relief from failed prints. Yeah, I mean it works. I've run those underneath my fingernail before. That does not relieve stress.
I know. I was in there telling my wife that they failed.
It's amazing how hurt you can get just 3D printing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even going to tell y'all what I just did.
I saw it.
I put my filter in my funnel to put my alcohol back into my bottle. I forgot to put the bottle under it, so I just poured all the alcohol on the floor.
Oops.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Quick, somebody got a match.
Now we got it on video too. So
yes, thank you, Nuru. I might need it.
I tried to tell people that I showed them what not to do. Well, there you go. There's a prime example. Don't do that at home, kiddos.
Well, it's like everybody with a 3D printer, like pretty much everybody's been cut by support material, right? Like if you haven't been cut by support material, you probably don't own a printer, because I just know I've always been like, oh, I can just pull that off, and then nope, that was a mistake. Should have used, some pliers or something.
Yeah, I've been sliced by that many, many times.
Yep.
Something that I always catch myself, and it's totally self-inflicted, and you think I would know better, but it's when you go just get hardware store glass and have it cut, just to use as your bed or whatever. I have a couple of printers trying to do specific things that just have a piece of mirror or glass sheet on it, and I'll catch the corner of one of those on my hand just every once in a while. That is really unpleasant.
Ugh, yeah.
Well, it's more pleasant for us if you catch it on video.
Yeah. I haven't really been mortally wounded myself on the streams yet.
I saw that one clip where the printer attacked you. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
I was cracking up when I saw that.
Yeah, it tried to kill me.
All right, y'all give me a minute. I got to clean up some alcohol. I'm glad I put the hardwood floors down in here.
Yeah, good.
Ooh, purge strip under the fingernail? Oh my goodness, that sounds terrible.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Well, I didn't tell anybody because I wasn't on stream, but last Sunday we put up our Christmas tree. Well, we've had this Christmas tree a few years. Last year we got it out, and it's a pre-lit tree. We use a fake tree. It's pre-lit. But last year, the bottom section, the lights didn't work. And you know, they're in series, so if one light goes out, they're all out. So we spent 3-4 hours finding the one bulb that was out. Got it all fixed, everything was fine. Got it out of the box the other day. Okay, it was working when we put it in the box. Put it in the shed, got it out. Now, not only is the bottom section not working, the top section wasn't working. So I said, to heck with it. We're going to buy a new tree. I mean, $39 at Walmart, right? So we go to Walmart and we don't get the $39 one. We got a little bit more expensive. It's one of those that just spins the whole time. So nice. It turns 360. It's a pretty tree. It's nice. So we get it. We got the last one I had. So they didn't have a box. It's pouring down rain. So I get the first part of the tree in and I go out and I got my flip-flops on. And I start coming in with the second, and there's a step up into our house. You know, I built a step and there's a concrete block under it. Well, my foot slipped. And when it did, my trailing foot tried to catch my balance and, you know, jump forward like it should do. But it made contact with that concrete block. And it split my big toenail from top to bottom.
No.
I did one of the Family Guy things. In the rain, sitting there holding this Christmas tree.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think it was day before yesterday that the toenail finally gave up the ghost. So now we're walking around with nothing to manicure or pedicure, whatever you want to call it, down there on my foot.
Well, hopefully you poured some alcohol on it just now. That'll help.
Well, it's, you know, I don't know if you've ever lost a fingernail or not, but after a couple of days, it just kind of gets hard over the top of it, and it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't normally wear socks when I go to work, or shoes or whatever, because I wear the little deck shoes and I don't wear socks. I just don't. Yeah, that sucked for about 3 days. That really, really sucked. And sleeping at night, I had to wrap it in gauze so it wouldn't catch the blankets. Like when you turn over at night.
Yep.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, Tony Ryan got it right. Lie down and try not to cry. Cry a lot.
Yeah, I have those moments.
We got it in. We got the tree up, and it's decorated, and it's spinning ever so slowly. It takes like 2 minutes for it to make a full, complete circle.
Nice.
But right. It is a nice deal.
I think we got to hear some of the horror stories from the comments. What self-inflicted wounds have you guys had when 3D printing?
You know, and I'm going to say this until somebody comments. Robert Riggins tripped over a couch. I have been lucky. I have nicked myself one time while taking a print off the bed. But other than that, I have not been hurt by 3D printing. And you know, and I reach for filament all the time. And I go, ow, that's hot. But it's hot. I'm not burnt. You know, there's no blisters or anything like that.
Wait a minute. You haven't cut yourself on support material?
No.
What?
Nope.
Oh, no.
No, the worst thing I ever had support on. The worst thing that I ever had support on was one on stream, and it was shipped off. And I didn't take any supports off. I'm like, here, you can do it. Because it was terrible. As a matter of fact, the person that got it ended up going, no, I'll just print it myself. To hell with that.
All right, we got some stories in the comments now here. Ooh, thumb burned by a heater block. Oof. Stabbed with a screwdriver. Yep. You can check that one off too.
Yeah, I've had the perfect nozzle brand in the back of my finger many, many times. Yeah, that's one of those things too. You're talking about glass, and you guys were saying you could sand it and file it and put tape on it. Of course I could, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm in way too big a hurry to be safe.
Right? What, trolling for dollars? Uh-oh, I lost my camera. What happened?
Uh-oh. It's all gone black.
There you go.
What happened to my camera?
Oh, well, it's on when you're in the thumbnail, but not when you talk. Oh.
Ooh, X-Acto knife in the knee. Eesh,
Oh.
ouch.
Wow.
See,
Oh, it's a good thing I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I'd blow myself up in here.
Yeah.
So by the end of this stream, if I'm slurring words and stuff, you know why.
Oh yeah, Hawk says he had an up printer. That was my first printer too. So my first printer was in 2012, and it was an up. Yep.
Nice. You hear a lot of ups, like first printer, like back, 5, 6 years ago.
Yep.
You hear a lot of ups, and you hear a lot of Da Vinci's.
Yeah. If only I had started YouTube back then, would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, there's nobody doing it.
Yep. Who knew? What was your first printer, Chris?
My first, personally, my first printer was a G-Tech Pro B kit, like the acrylic kit. I didn't start into it until, sometime in 16. So I haven't really been going that long.
Well, I got to show y'all. It's a homemade dark caramel pie.
Ooh, look at that.
Mm.
That looks good.
That looks like diabetes.
Well, he's back to making everybody hungry again. Oh, nice. Hawk had a 3D printing business from 2012 to early. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, napping that as a first printer, you learn a lot about how crappy 3D prints can look. But you get better. You instantly get better.
The printing on the up was pretty good, like out of the box. Like there wasn't a whole lot of tuning, and the prints were pretty good out of that. Like it was a pretty solid printer. I mean, it had a really small bed, and it was like I was printing in ABS for a long time, but it was pretty solid, and it printed pretty well for a long time.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that up's a pretty good machine, really. So.
No, it's Glenn. I'm just Glenn in disguise.
Glenn just looks different today.
Yeah, Glenn looks different.
Glenn with hair.
Glenn with gray hair. Yeah.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, bud.
Yep.
How old are you now, Ollie?
I'm 38.
38. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm 46.
So I think we should take a snapshot now, because then next year when the baby comes, it's going to be way grayer. So.
Now, did you have no? How old is your other child?
He's going to be 2 actually in a couple weeks. So
yeah, you have no idea, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be complete madness next year.
No idea what's coming. And it is coming.
Yep.
Yeah. See, Chris disappeared again. Chris is a magician.
I haven't disappeared yet.
Well, we've seen you run though, like the Flash.
That is true.
I disappear all the time. Sorry, I had to get my part. Now I need a fan.
Well, hello, Matt.
Glenn got hair. Yeah, Glenn got hair. That's right.
Napping says 46 plus 20. I got something for napping. Napping. I am not that old. I'm gonna tell you, and Ollie, I don't know if you know napping or not. If you've ever seen napping in chat or whatever.
No,
napping is an engineer in Sweden, somewhere over there, Swiss or something. And dude is fantastic at what he does. He likes the Hypercube Evolution style printer, and I mean he's just done things with it that just make it stupid fast.
Oh, cool.
Sweden, yes.
That must be a real 3D printer. I just moved, so I'm just starting to clean up, and then I'm gonna make it dirty. But I should show you the rest of the room. It's a mess. So
now, is that a basement?
Yeah, it's a basement. Like it's partially finished. So like this part's finished, and then like there's a furnace room where I can have my printer and all that kind of stuff. So it's really nice.
Yeah, you just made the Chris Riley feel special because you have a basement too.
Right. Another basement dweller.
That's right.
You could dig down about 12 inches for my basement, and then you're going to go swimming.
Sweet. This is going to work.
Is that your door?
That's my door. Got
That's
a cool
nice.
fan hole on it.
Well, if this fails at the same spot again, I think what I need to do is where I hollowed it out, maybe make it a little thicker and make the hole bigger so that when I shrink it for the bed for this, it'll drain out better.
Yeah, you're beyond me.
Yeah, I don't understand how these work when they hold that much liquid in it anyway, because you know it prints from the top or the bottom down basically, so it pulls it out. So you're going to the peak, right? So every time it raises up, the resin should drain out the hole that's created because it's hollow. So when you get to the tip, you should have a few drops maybe inside the thing, but that thing was half full. How in the hell is it half full?
I don't know. You're right, though. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Surface tension, maybe.
Knappin said he's taking a step away from hypercubes.
Do I know a fan, 24 volt, 60 millimeter by 10 quiet fan? Well, so there's only two that I know. One I can't remember the name of, and the other one is the Noctua fans. But I don't know. Noctua doesn't come in a whole lot of different sizes. But there's another brand, and I can't think of it. I'll look and see if I can find the name of it, because they are pretty good. If Glenn was on here, he'd know, because he was looking at the same one.
I hear baby Ollie.
Yeah. My son's having a meltdown right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
I hope Mama has him.
Yeah, she does.
Good. Tony Ryan says that Sun-On or is the name of those, Chris.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And they come in a lot more sizes than the Noctua fans do.
I'm like Touring Cars 3D Tanks though, or excuse me, Robert Riggins. If you want quiet, just get a step down converter and go with 5 volt Noctuas, because buck converters are cheap and small, very, very small.
Someone said, put the baby on with Walter. His face makes kids laugh.
Yeah, right. Not as much as yours, Carl. Hey, Carl, how'd you like that interview that I did with you at IRF? Oh, that's right, I didn't. I did it with your silent partner.
What?
I love Carl to death. Carl's a good guy, man.
Hey, Teresa's here. Hello, Teresa.
Now, Teresa, on the other hand, she's not a good guy, but she's a good gal. Okay, there you go, Ollie. That's for you, Matt, from How I Do It. So now that you did the modern Etch-a-Sketch, what's the next plan?
Yeah, so with that, like I kind of wanted to start a series where I basically I'm calling it Old and New, where I look at like, you know, older mechanisms or, you know, designs, and I kind of you know, take a look at how they work, like I did with the Etch-a-Sketch, and then I'll either recreate it, like, you know, kind of make it so that someone could print it out and kind of look at it, or reimagine it like I did with the Etch-a-Sketch. So I think the next one that I'm going to do is actually, like, I have this really old mechanical typewriter, and I'm going to look at the typewriter and I'm going to recreate the mechanism that does the actual typing, like the type bar and the key. So that's probably going to be the next episode of that. But I'm going to do things like that, take old things and kind of use 3D printing to kind of recreate them, basically. So
that's an awesome idea.
And they're smaller builds. They're kind of more manageable, and you know, they cost a little bit less to do, because some of the other builds that I've done have been pretty big and they cost a lot of money. And so I'm kind of trying to do things that are a little bit, you know, more manageable, especially with the baby coming. So.
Later, Robert Riggins.
Reinventing the wheel. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it is.
Let's see Ollie's take on the mousetrap.
Yeah, right?
3D printed mousetrap.
Build a better mousetrap. Never seen at Potent Printables in the stream. How's it going? Sonic Alchemy.
It's James. Yep.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, that's a good question. You haven't ever done streams or anything like
I
that?
haven't.
Well, awesome.
I think I
might
might need to because I need the watch time.
That is a good way to get watch time.
It is most definitely a good way to get watch time. I am a perfect example of that. Yeah, just added book orders. Yeah. All right. I'm just trying to keep up with chat.
Turn your phone into a mousetrap.
Turn your phone into a how that?
Hey, Showman, the guys over at Askew View, they just went over 1,000. I think they're at like 1,100 now or something like that. So congratulations to them. It's awesome. It's a big accomplishment.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know.
Well done.
Yeah, it's really hard nowadays with kind of YouTube in the state it's in. So it's nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not. It still amazes me how this stuff works. I'm not quite sure who all of these people are that watch the videos that I make right here, but I appreciate every one of them because it really it started out just like that. I mean, I got 1,000 people that want to know when I make something. This is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, man, I've been watching some off the wall videos. It's amazing what some of these videos have as far as views, and they're not that old. And you go back and you look, and these people have, maybe 1,500 subscribers, and they're getting 15,000 views. Yeah, and I'm like, why? It's a 37-second video clip.
Yeah, I don't know it was you that was telling me about the videos where people just scratch lottery tickets.
Yeah.
What?
That was ridiculous. Yeah, it was the man. Ali,
sorry, I had to bring that up again.
This video had so many views, dude, and it was nothing but a lady that went to a lottery vending machine, bought one of every ticket, and then scratched them on camera.
What?
She didn't even win her money back, but this thing had like these mega amounts of views, and you're like,
what?
And the thing is, I guess because my wife said I was stupid, but I forgot about. I put it on play. It was like 23, 24 minutes long, and I clicked on it to see what it was about, right? And then I got on my computer and was doing so. By the time I got done, it was over. So she got 20 minutes worth of view time from me as well on that video.
That's crazy.
So,
that's the state of YouTube today.
Yeah. Well, Robert Riggins said it right. Strong clickbait game. That is correct. I can't stand that. I cannot stand clickbait titles. Like you've got. I watched this couple, and they used to do it. They don't do it as much anymore, but I used to do it. And when I first started watching them, I liked their video content. It was fantastic, and it still is. They still do good videos, and I like watching them together. But they would put, "Our channel's in trouble. Now you know why." And you get on there, and nothing in the video ever says anything about their channel being in trouble. And when you've got 150,000 followers, of course that video is going to get like a ton of views.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Brian Vine said he started using clickbait titles. You'll never guess what happened next. You write stuff like, you'll never guess what happened next, right?
Yeah, Techie Dad is talking about the mini lottery ticket scraper. I don't do a lot of the scratchers tickets. I might buy one just occasionally, a couple times a year. But that is, I don't know. I just think it's hilarious to have a little scraper for your lotto ticket.
Yeah. Inside the Mind of Matt said, how about the guy who sings the lyrics of All Star over other songs? Millions of views.
Crazy.
So So all of these songs that we're now banning on Facebook, like Baby It's Cold Outside and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all these other shows that we're not supposed to watch. I guess he did all-star over songs like that and people watch it.
I'll start all my videos titled Nude Live.
Yeah, right? There you go. There you go. Nude live or free porn.
When I was in my teen years, I'd play in a lot of different bands, but that was always the big thing. What would your band name be? And we always came up with the clickbait band names. And my favorite one was you would just name your band Naked Chicks and Free Beer.
Yeah.
And then, so what were you going to go see? Well, I'm going to go see Naked Chicks and Free Beer.
Right.
So that's all you had to do to be popular. They'd be really disappointed when they showed up, though.
Yeah.
The original clickbait.
Bye, Theory. I didn't even know JT was in the house.
I didn't see him.
No, he's going to be on JTOG tomorrow, I guess.
So have you seen any of the JTOG streams?
I've seen them from the beginning.
Okay. There's something about Ivan that just, I mean, you watch Ivan's videos or whatever, but his enthusiasm, and the broken English helps. I think it adds to his character.
Yeah.
But he's just so much fun to watch. And then JT tried to wrangle him.
Right.
It's awesome.
I know. I mean, I love doing the interview of Ivan. It was fantastic to sit down and actually get to chat with Ivan.
Yeah,
it really was.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I remember like the first week, it was anywhere from 4 to 8 people watching. I mean, it was nothing. Yeah. And I just enjoyed their content because they talk about some good stuff. But like you said, a lot of times Ivan just goes and you're like, come back, Ivan, come back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And when he teamed up with James Bruton, that was just awesome to me. That was one of the coolest things I think I've seen on YouTube. That was so much fun. Like, I love both those guys, and they're like huge inspiration. So that was such a fun collaboration.
Yeah. The coolest thing about Ivan though is he absolutely loves what he's doing. His enthusiasm is infectious for everything he does, man. Yeah. I mean, I watch his videos and like the tanks, man, when he's done and he's finished it and then he just destroys it. And that belly laugh that he has because it comes from deep. It's not one of those, ha ha. It's just one of those, he's enjoying the crap out of that.
I would love just for him to video, do a time lapse of him working on a project. He's not being entertaining. He's just doing things because I bet you he runs around from table to table, to printer, like just all over the place all the time.
Yeah, talking to himself and just like completely animated, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah. But no, I absolutely enjoy it, and I enjoyed it because I got to see JT on video. I'd never seen JT's video, so I didn't know what JT looked like.
Yeah, JT's one of those guys too that I've seen him for years.
Yeah,
and oh wait, they have live streams now.
Yeah,
I thought that was awesome.
You know who you should get, because you're hosting next week, Chris. By the way, you know who you should get to join us?
Who's that?
Chuck.
Yeah, if he will. He always says live streams really aren't his thing, but if I could get him, that'd be awesome. I could try.
You're on Twitter, dude. I mean, just hit him up on Twitter.
He was on a live stream a while ago. One of the Friday night ones, like him and Ross from Gear Down for What.
Yeah.
And I think they were on with John, and that was a good one. I really enjoyed that when they were talking about robotics and stuff like that.
Yeah, I email with Chuck quite a bit. I bother him about a lot of things because Chuck is a wealth of electronics knowledge. Yeah. So if you have a question, Chuck will just know it off the top of his head. And he is kind enough to actually answer my emails. So maybe I can get him on here. I don't know.
I have got to turn on my air conditioner because I've got to get some of these fumes out of here.
Walter's going to pass out.
Shut up.
Starting to get glassy-eyed.
Woohoo! At least I ain't getting hungry.
Yeah,
But
Gear Down for What is awesome. Like, he has a really good channel, and he's a really smart guy, and he comes up with new and innovative stuff, and that's a great channel. I highly recommend that one as well.
My water's tasting like rubbing alcohol.
Mm.
Somebody asked earlier what I was playing with, what I was going to stab myself with. These are the ceramic tip tweezers that John, Trolling for Dollar, sent me. They're a very nice set of tweezers. I like these. He got them so I wouldn't burn my fingers. Yes, Teresa, I'm printing with resin, but that's not the smell.
Yep.
If you didn't see me a while ago, I dumped like half a bottle of alcohol on my floor.
It's the cost of printing with resin.
Yeah. No, it's not moonshine, or I'd have been licking the floor earlier. Napping. Damn it.
I was waiting for someone to suggest that.
Ryan's in the house. What's up, Mr. Buttram? How are you, buddy? Duo said alcohol abuse. Where's the bottle? Well, here, hold on. It's up there. Yeah, that was full. You see? Can you see the green next to the alcohol bottle? The actual green bottle. That alcohol bottle was full when I started squirting it. That's how much of it I dumped on the floor. It's a lot.
Walter, what are some of those prints behind us? Behind you?
I was wondering, because you talking about on the table down here?
Yeah.
I've got Faceless. I forget which one this is. Is this Aria?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
And did that, and then of course I've got the Squizzle.
Nice.
You can see Bender back there.
Yep.
The Bender head. I've got a couple of these guys. I don't know exactly what this. Whoops! I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, or who that's supposed to be, but it kind of shares a resemblance to somebody. Those were sent to me. Then I've got a Lighthouse. I've got a Terminator.
What's the silver one?
Say again?
What's the silver one? The tall silver one?
Oh, that's Faceless version 2.
Oh, that is awesome.
This was printed on the TiVo Little Monster.
Nice.
After, I believe this was after I got the Fouette installed on it. So, yeah, that thing prints like a champ now. I'm not even knocking it. And Ollie, I don't know if you were around when I did the TiVo Little Monster series.
I remember seeing tweets about it that you were not having a great time with it.
Yeah, it's man, they weren't that great. They were long.
I'm sure they were good for the audience watching you
explode.
Watching you probably
Watching me cuss at a machine. And who could invent such a thing? Actually, I was actually cleaning up today, and I came across this monstrosity.
Nice.
That is the smoothie board that was in it, and this needs to be taken outside and set on fire, and some type of prayer said over it, because this thing is not good.
I get a lot of questions about that board, and I always cringe every time I see it. I'm like, oh no.
Well, I mean, this one's got the TL smoothers still are here and all that stuff, but man, I could never recommend this board, and I don't know that it's the board so much as the software.
Yeah,
I'm not sure which it is. Yeah, Duo, it is an S-based board. It is.
Yeah, that smoothie, that stuff's just hard to use.
But I'm wondering, couldn't you put like Marlin 2 on it?
Yeah, I think then that's what most of the questions I'm getting. How do I get from here to here? Yeah, now it's mature enough. I think you could just do a straight swap out. It'd be fine.
And see, Nappin just said that S-Base is okay with Marlin 2.9. And that's, you sure you didn't mean to hit an O? I don't think they're up to 9 yet, are they?
Yeah, O. He's good.
Yeah. So.
Benchy collection pushing 100. Yeah, right. Like I only have 100.
Oh, Benchy Jenga, right?
That's right.
That was awesome. I love that. I was cracking up.
Chris, I was going to ask you the other day, man. You were doing this awesomely colored print that I saw on Twitter. You posted a picture of.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's that. You're sending that to a friend for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a nice guy, and
wait a minute. Don't people who find out about their Christmas presents early, don't they get coal? Isn't that the way it works?
I don't get anything for Christmas, so.
Well, the only difference in between me sending something for Christmas and not for Christmas is I'm going to be nice during Christmas and not pack it with benchies.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how Chris gets rid of all the benchies he prints. He uses them as packing peanuts.
Yeah.
So in the chat, Sean was talking about how he put a Harry Potter model on Thingiverse, and so I wanted to share a little story. So I also made a Harry Potter model because my wife's a big Harry Potter fan, and I actually got a DMCA takedown notice from Warner Brothers for this model because it had Harry Potter in the title. So they basically went through on Thingiverse and they searched for Harry Potter or whatever, and they came up with a list of models and they sent it to Thingiverse saying, take these models down. So any creator who was lucky enough that they hit on their model had their model taken down.
So my question is, though, can you re-upload it without Harry Potter in the title?
I probably can, you know, but it had like 400 likes or whatever. So when you search for Harry Potter on Thingiverse, it would be on one of the top 2 pages. So if I re-upload it, it's basically completely buried and no one will really find it. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I got you.
I can do it. It's on other sites and that's fine. It's just kind of, you know, why does Warner Brother do stuff like that? Why? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not selling them. No one has a store selling thousands of them. It's just crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like the YouTube robots though that go through and
yeah,
you know, they get you for copyright infringement on music, right?
Yeah.
Well, I use Pinnacle Studio, which has a section in it that will create custom music that you can go in and you can tweak different settings. You know, it's kind of like a synthesizer.
Yeah.
But it's pre-recorded tracks, but you can change some things about them and make your own unique tracks. Well, I did that on a lot of my videos because my earlier videos had my drone footage in it, right? So I had this self-created music. Dude, I was getting hit once a week.
Wow.
On this is copyright infringement. And I'm like, how is it copyright infringement when it was created on the fly? You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess they finally took it out of their bot because I haven't gotten another one after about the 4th one. DJ Kuntry in the club. Hey guys, and we've got about 15 more minutes. But everybody out there, if you're not subscribed to Ali at Potent Printables. Now, Ali, what your YouTube is Potent Printables?
Yep.
Okay, so YouTube Potent Printables or Chris Riley on YouTube. Fun King 3D, who's not here today, but is part of Fun in the Kuntry Basement, or Kuntry 3D on YouTube. Go subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications because Ali does some cool stuff. Chris does some smart stuff, and I do some stupid stuff. So
no, Walter's awesome.
Watching all of us. What?
I said Walter's awesome.
Whatever.
Don't let him fool you.
Let me. I've tried to tell people a lot of times. My entire thing about my channel is about community. It's about getting people together, talking to each other. You know, that's all it's about. You know, I'm not. I'm learning as I go.
That's one of the most amazing things that I think I've learned in the first year that I've been on YouTube is just like discovering and becoming part of the 3D printing community is just amazing. And everybody is just so nice and supportive and people do amazing things. And so that's been the best part for me is just discovering all these great people that have, a similar interest that I do all over the world. You know what I mean? It's incredible.
Thank you, Simon Chiswell. I don't see you in chat, but thank you very much. I don't know who you are, but they subscribed to my channel and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sean was asking about Colin Make Stuff. Actually, I bumped into him yesterday. He said he's getting ready to set his space back up, so maybe he'll put out some more videos eventually. I don't know.
Yeah, he said something not too long ago on YouTube about it, or not on YouTube, but on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll get around to it eventually. So Shenanigans is in here, so I won't say anything about it. I'll just throw it on.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it up here, but my end caps have now become IC3D boxes.
I see that. Also, IC3D, you get their filament, they send you a sticker, and that sticker is awesome for leveling a bed.
Chris, now you know that all of your printers, you just walk up to and go level with your hand, like in this type of just level, and they're perfect. That's the way it works in your garage.
Yeah, every time, right?
Because you are the Chris Riley.
The Chris Riley.
Yeah.
Nappin said, "We're supportive just because support is so hard to remove."
That's right.
Oh,
Very true.
That is correct. Now, I have not. Chris, and I'm going to ask Chris, because Chris does a lot of testing in the background before he does videos and all this stuff. Have you done soluble supports with your MMU2?
I have not. That is one thing I've kicked around many times and never got around to doing it. I should.
Yeah, I really want to do just the tip of the supports. That's what I want to do. I want to figure out how to do that. You know, because that was one of the things they showed on the MMU2 was that you could use that last little bit as soluble, and you wouldn't have to waste a whole lot of soluble filament because it's so expensive.
That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I need to look in there and see that.
Because like we have a Stratasys at work, and it uses soluble support, and so people print things and they throw it in this bath to dissolve it, and you just waste so much of that soluble support. It basically saturates the bath so quickly that you have to keep changing the bath out, and it's a nightmare. I mean, it works well that you don't have to manually remove the support, but it's expensive. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Nuru said interface layer is its official name. So
cool. That's awesome. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, I really want to try that, but I had to, while cleaning today, and I had to use my SLA, and I had to take down my colors for my MMU2, so I don't even have it hooked up right now. I'm out of room, guys. I'm really out of room. I thought I had line of sight on a 16 by 20 that I could fix up and call my own, but no dice. 16 foot by 20 foot would give me an incredible space to work in.
Yeah. Stratasys. Somebody was saying the other day on one of these streams, they're like, "Hey, can I have a Marlin config for a Stratasys?"
Yeah, agreed, Hawk. That bath is a nightmare. Like, oh my god, and like, it's just people totally abuse it, and so it becomes like this goop. Oh, it's just disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, you got time before I get any Palette 2 videos out. I'm way behind.
I just clicked over on my little thing. I just hit 900 subscribers.
Yes.
I'm 100 away from 1,000. I got 1 month. We need to do 1 month, guys.
I'll work on it for you this week.
Well, see, I want to have Chris Neary's on one of my interviews, but he live streams on Wednesdays at the same time I do. So, you know, Chris, a nice shout out on your channel would be nice, man, because you got. It's hard. I have to go back and watch some of his streams because he streams a lot of times same time I do. And
it's too bad you guys couldn't do it together, you know?
Yeah, I know. But I don't want to take anything away from Neary's streams because he does what I try to do, but he does it properly. He does live streams and he teaches people things like what to do. And he answers questions coherently with correct answers like Chris does. And you do, Ali, about modeling and stuff of that. Yeah, the Chris Riley. I see you over there. But that's that's not what I do, you know. And I say this all the time. I'm not here to teach. I'm here on a journey, and if you want to be here, then you're welcome to come along. If you don't, then okay, I'm good with that too. These are for posterity's sake. I can go back and laugh at myself in 6 months when I'm still not any better. Mart Williamson. There you go. Matt says, me neither. Pay no attention to me. Oh, Duo said there's a Stratasys rebuild on YouTube. Chris, project. Stratasys rebuild.
Stratasys rebuild. No, stay away.
Yeah.
Well, Chris could stop buying printers for a year or two and purchase. Well, no, he couldn't. A Stratasys.
I'd have to save up for
that. You could almost afford a Dremel.
Yeah, no kidding.
My streams are a wee bit on the long side. How long are the streams?
Well, some of them, anywhere from 4 to 6, 8 hours sometimes.
Wow.
Now that is bull crap. Nightbot timed you out for putting that in there. I'm taking that. Sorry.
For me,
yeah, I'm making you a moderator because you put youtube.com/ it timed you out for 5 seconds. So Classic. You're a moderator now. So in just a minute you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's his link.
Yeah.
It's appropriate.
Well, and I've had streams on here that were 15 hours long, Ali.
Really?
Yeah, I've actually sat in this chair for the aforementioned TiVo videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had one I know that went over 12 and one that went over 15. So yeah, they went long as well.
Wow.
But yeah, Nere's does some long ones as well.
Yeah, my record is still 9 hours. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I don't either. And and sometimes Glenn gets upset, but like these, we've got 8 minutes, and I'm cutting this off. Yeah, because I have to go make some oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, my wife's gonna come drag me upstairs too. So
yeah, right.
Yep.
So, but that's I've gotten to where you have to stick to a schedule. Now I understand on a live build or something like that, you plan for that, and sometimes it goes awry. But these streams where we're just openly chatting with the chat and all that, sometimes they could run a lot longer than they do. And if you don't shut them down, you will just quickly run into that where you look down and, oh God, it's been 5 hours. Oh God, it's been 8 hours,
Yeah. And those build streams are hard to schedule because they so often just go in the wrong direction so badly.
Oh yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. They do. They do. Not, the couple that we've worked on together though haven't went that bad. I mean, I had some gear problems on my MMU2. You had some Ender 3 problems.
Yeah, the MMU2 I was a little worried about actually. I didn't know how that was going to go down, but it went as good as I mean, better than I expected actually. But
yeah.
So Matt from How I Do It just tweeted, watching Potent in the Kuntry Basement, fun in the Kuntry Basement. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna have to make a trip to Pennsylvania to hang out with Matt and Jennifer. Take my wife and hang out because my wife enjoyed their company as well at IRF. They're both good down home folks. They really are fantastic folks to hang around. Matt and his lovely wife. One Raz, what's up, buddy?
Hawk just gave you a retweet, Walter, saying that you're closing in on 1,000. So that's pretty awesome.
Cool. There you go. Nappin said potent in the Kuntry Basement. Well, it is. It's potent in the country part of it because of the alcohol that's on the damn floor.
No, really. This is Glenn. Glenn's just looks a little different today.
Now, Carl, I will definitely visit you while I'm there. I'm going to visit everybody when I win the lottery. Just to let y'all know.
And you're going to film it, right? The scratch tickets?
No. If I win, it's not going to be on a scratch ticket. It's going to be on a they pick my damn numbers ticket. And to this day, the 1.5 billion still has not been claimed. it's getting closer and closer to that 180 days.
Whoa.
From now, that was a week ago. So they could have claimed it in the last week. I haven't looked. But $1.5 billion sitting in somebody's pocket or wallet, or they lost it.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, Duo said there's a clickbait title. See Walter win the lottery. I have to say, I won on a scratch off one time. Actually, in one of my streams, and I don't know which one it was, I put the link in there. You could go read the article. I won $25,000 on a $2 scratch off one time.
Wow.
Yeah, I said more choice words than that.
No kidding.
It was funny because it was Father's Day 2004, right? So I go into the store where we buy lottery tickets all the time, and I get me and my wife one that I'd never won on, ever. And she scratches hers off, and she's like, I won $10, and you ain't ever won anything. I scratched mine off and won 25 grand. I was like, sweet.
That is awesome.
I turned around to my daughters and said, don't ever repeat anything you just heard Daddy say. So, all right. Bailey says hi. Hey, Bailey. Oh, yes, I do.
Hawk's taking off.
And y'all wonder why I'm fat.
Oh, there you go. Look at this.
My wife just made banana pudding and she brought me the bowl. We ain't got no kids. I get to lick the bowl. Y'all want some banana pudding leftovers?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Looks like diabetes.
I got some oatmeal in there. I'm going to turn that into diabetes too. Because those oatmeal cream pies ain't going to have no sugar. All right. She didn't leave me that many leftovers, though, damn it. And for those of y'all that don't know, this is unsweetened pudding.
All right.
So it's basically just pudding.
What time setting should I use on this, guys? How far back do we want to go? Is it just 2 hours, or do we want to go more than that?
I need to print one of those. Carl, you know dadgum well that ain't ever going to happen. Neary said, oh, he needs a 600,000 to never have to work again.
Look at the grin on Walter's face as he's scraping the bowl. Screenshot. It could be your desktop image.
Y'all know what I could do is just stick my face in the bowl and then come away with like pudding all over my beard and all that stuff. I'm not going to. Because for those of y'all that have a beard, you know it gets bad enough just when you're eating. And you go to wash your beard out and you're like, what in the hell did I eat?
Do you take a little bite of it though? Just to
I taste test it sometimes, see what it was. Then I end up being like Joe Mike and it's dog poop.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Y'all do remember when he shaved his beard off, right?
Yeah.
Because he grabbed the dog up and the dog had dog poop on it and he got it all in his beard and he was running late to work, so he just had to shave it all off.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Nappin says, now I'm boring. Matt said that's where he stores the leftovers. And Nappin's just crazy. Can I borrow your wife for a month? Hell no. If you take her, you ain't ever bringing her back.
Duo just says, you. That's it.
Birdie's bought every flavor of beer wax. Oh, now we're going to get demonetized. That's that Harry Potter thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's 2 hours. Believe it or not. So we're going to let us do the outro. Ollie, you're going to go first, buddy. Oh, hold on. Hold on first before we do that. My wife says I got to show you. Banana pudding made.
Look at that.
Nice.
There you go, Chris. You like that?
Yeah.
That's diabetes. That's going to her work tomorrow, so I don't even get any of that. All I get is what I got in the bowl. All right, Ollie, it's on you, buddy.
Hey, I just want to say thanks a lot for having me on, guys. It was a blast. I really enjoyed it. And check out my channel, Potent Printables, if you haven't. And hopefully I'll see you guys on one of my videos.
Chris?
Yes, I am Chris Riley, and this is my basement. And I can vouch, Ollie has great content. I've been watching it for quite a while, and he is also a really good guy. And I'm glad he could come on the stream today. Please go check him out, as well as Walter. Walter is one of the most entertaining fellas I know. So definitely check him out as well. But thank you for hanging out today. It's always a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, Chris. And I'm probably more entertaining after huffing alcohol for about 30 to 40 minutes. Probably helps out a lot. Not really. It probably doesn't change my demeanor much at all. Anyway, I'm Walter, Kuntry 3D, and we'll see you next time. Chris is hosting next Fun in the Kuntry Basement. As long as his job allows and his wife doesn't beat him to death, we're good. So anyway, we'll see you next time. Thank you for being here. And that's it.